Q&A 1. Question: is there a solution to the global economic and environmental problems facing everybody today? The answer: there is a saying, to truly change the way we relate to the environment around us, we must change the ecology of our hearts. And greed is a big problem, a big and deep problem. There was a 1987 movie called Wall Street with the famous line, "Greed is good." But greed for name, fame, control, and so on always leads to exploitation, anger, and frustration. So the real questions become, how do I stop being so greedy? When is enough enough? In some parts of the world, people are dying from severe undernourishment, while in other parts of the world, people are dying from obesity. There is more than enough food, water, fuel, and so on to satisfy the needs of everyone on this planet, but not enough to satisfy everyone's greed. There are poor societies which want more and need more. But where is the rich society that says, stop, we have enough? There is none. From the yoga perspective, while economic development is an absolute necessity, to seek economic development simply for the sake of endlessly increasing sensual pleasure is foolish. No amount of sensual pleasure will ever really satisfy a person. So no amount of economic development will ever be considered enough. No matter how much people have, no matter how much they consume, they always want more. This endless personal craving manifests as ever-increasing material consumption, which causes poverty and destroys the environment. Material objectives and things cannot satisfy one's inner spiritual craving. Due to the desire for sense pleasure, people try to conquer nature, but end up destroying the world. The science of yoga acknowledges the fact that material wealth makes for more sense enjoyment, and sense enjoyment brings a certain degree of happiness to a person. But the belief that if a person has an endless amount of sense gratification, he will then have a correspondingly endless amount of happiness and satisfaction is without any actual foundation. Generally speaking, people in first world countries tend to have greater facility for comfort and material wealth. Yet, it is an indisputable fact that they are still miserable. For example, just look at the statistics in affluent countries for the consumption of prescription and illegal drugs, divorce, suicide, and so on. Another question: does this mean we should give up our material possessions and live like a yogi in the forest or a cave? The answer: no. The majority of people would be miserable living like that. The science of yoga doesn't advocate unhappiness as the solution to the environmental problem. The solution is actual happiness, actual enjoyment, and actual satisfaction. If you are actually satisfied within, then you won't be frantically seeking it in the external world, trashing your body with alcohol, drugs, affairs, and searching for quick and frequent pleasures. And a side effect will be your body will be in better health, but also that planet Earth will be in better health. The environment will be in better condition because you will not be incessantly searching for satisfaction in endless material consumption. The desire to be happy and satisfied is natural. You cannot get rid of that. It is coming from the soul. If you don't have a spiritual source of satisfaction within yourself, you will be trying to find satisfaction through sensual pleasures and endless consumption. Another question leading from this. Well, that still sounds to me like living in a cave. How do we become satisfied within while we live surrounded by all the flashing lights of quick pleasures? Answer. According to the yoga teachings, our nature is to love, and we are spiritual in essence. As such, we cannot be happy simply living for ourselves and trying to achieve happiness through endless consumption. By understanding that we are spiritual with a loving nature, we can simultaneously understand that we cannot ever achieve real happiness just by living for ourselves. We must awaken our spiritual love for the Supreme and, motivated by that love, work for the welfare of others and the planet. Such an attitude of selfless service brings satisfaction, actual happiness, and good to the world and ourselves.